Hey friends, welcome to another vlog. I'm starting this one a little late. I was supposed to do this one like early last week because it is February 9th, and I kept putting it off because stuff kept coming up. He's like, what are you doing, Mom? But I wanted to start it today. It is February 9th after church. We already went to church, got the cute church fit on, got the cute little earrings that Dusty got me for Christmas, completely fake. Don't have my ears pierced, showing off all my jewelry. And then we have what I wore. It's cute. The top is from Altered State, and then the jeans are from American Eagle because I don't buy any jeans from anywhere else other than American Eagle. I feel like they just fit me good. So yeah, there's the church fit that I'm literally going to change immediately because you don't want to be in an outfit like this at your house. It's just not comfortable. Doc is screaming at me for whatever reason. Today is Super Bowl day, so I'm going to make some cinnamon rolls. I know that's not like a typical, oh my gosh, what are you having for Super Bowl? Cinnamon rolls? But we're gonna do pepper poppers from the Sturdy Valley cookbook, and also Dusty is going to make boneless wings, homemade, gluten-free, so I can eat them. So good. You could not tell a difference at all that they're gluten-free. I just love that he can cook gluten-free food for me. But the cinnamon rolls are also gluten-free, and they are literally the best cinnamon roll recipe I've ever made in my entire life, and gluten-free. You use this like, let me show you. This is something that she says you have to use in it because she's tried all the different flours and none of them work except for this one. It's the Bob's Red Mill gluten-free wonderful bread mix. It's not that expensive either. I think it's like $6 something a bag or $7 something a bag depending on where you get it at. I'm excited to make those. So we're probably going to eat lunch since we did just get home from church, and then get started with our Super Bowl food. And I think, what else did I have for today? We get to review all the January books. So excited for that. I did get to read a lot in January, but first things first. Cinnamon rolls, because those take I think they take like 2 hours. So we're gonna get started with those and then Funk is literally licking. Why are you doing that? Sir, can you not? That is dangerous. Why do my cats do dangerous things? I'm gonna go get changed out of my cute outfit and start on the cinnamon rolls. In case anyone was wondering at all, I don't know if anybody cares where I got my jewelry from. Dusty found them at, I don't know how to pronounce this. Aiori. Aiori? I don't know how to say it, but this is where he got them at, and let me show you. So it's like, he bought 2 charms for me. You can put charms on any of them. So it's like a little hoop in case anyone doesn't have their ears pierced like me and doesn't want piercings. You just put it like that, flop it on your ear, the back closes like that, and you can put on any charms. So this one I just put at the bottom, and then I put it up a little bit to create that cute little hangy effect like that, and they're just clip on, and they're so easy, and I love them so much. I also don't even think they were that expensive. I can ask him, but I don't think they were. But yeah, this is the brand, in case anyone was wondering. I love these. They have been so nice to have because I've always wanted that hoop earring, like the, I don't know what it's called, but whatever I had in my ear, whatever that is called, I always wanted one of those. But I had my ears pierced before, and I pierced it up top, and I got that huge like bump on it that people talk about getting when you get that piercing. So I just took it out when I was younger. I was in like middle school, and I just never wanted to go through that again because that was probably one of the most painful things I've ever went through. Yeah, just wanted to show you guys that, so in case you were curious. Different shirt because the other one didn't work. We are having a healthy lunch because we're gonna have fried foods and cinnamon rolls later. So yogurt with protein powder, vanilla protein powder, and some maple syrup, and then grapes and blueberries. And then Dusty's having
peanut butter and honey.
Peanut butter and honey in the peanut butter jar. So no bowls around here, just jars of honey and peanut butter.
Save a dish.
It's not mixed up yet. There's just honey rolling around in there. No, but Terry and Piper used to mix their honey in when they first bought the jar, so they would have peanut butter and honey on tap, and they wouldn't have to make it every time. But Dusty makes it every time that he eats it.
It would probably be dangerous if I didn't. What?
What? What are you doing?
Just like buttermilk.
That was the most dramatic. This is the fun part of the cinnamon roll making. I get to put the butter, the brown sugar, and the cinnamon on there and layer it on really thick. I always put more brown sugar and a little more cinnamon, just a little more cinnamon, a lot more brown sugar, and a little more butter than the recipe calls for because we're Southern and we do that kind of stuff. We need more of the sweet, but this is the best part. Should I start with?
Does this part scare you?
Yes. This part is always scary because you have to roll it into a tight log, and the cornstarch. This is like the stickiest dough I've ever worked with in my entire life. Like just touching that where there's no cornstarch is so sticky. It's already sticking to me.
That's the best part. You are currently making the best part. That is the center.
I'm just gonna roll, take off, roll, tighten. Oh. Ah, it's sticking over here. Roll. Let's try to brush off some of the cornstarch. We're gonna roll again. So we have one more roll. Oh, these.
This isn't your average Little Debbie cinnamon roll. Is that what you would say?
Okay.
Wait, does Little Debbie make cinnamon rolls? Who makes those?
I don't know. Okay. This is a tight cinnamon roll. No, it's not. It's fine. Everything is fine.
Could you take some water, maybe?
We're just gonna tighten this little baby. Squeeze. And then we have to cut it with floss.
Used floss. That would be so.
Magic ingredient.
Did you hear what I said?
No.
I said used floss.
Magic ingredient is specifically Boca brand floss. Shout out to Boca. They're the sponsor of this.
Imagine if Boca sponsored the video and all you did was cut cinnamon rolls with your floss. It's not actually floss with Boca. We just kind of make cinnamon rolls with it.
So the recipe says to discard this part. So I just take it off, but then I cook it in with the cinnamon rolls so I don't waste anything. Because who wants to waste cinnamon roll bread? I mean,
I
even
feel
if
like
it's just a little like bready.
even if it's ugly, you know.
You just, it's very ugly. But now we're getting some real deal. I left some all over here. Oopsie. Okay, so that's too tiny. So we're gonna do 1, 2,
Concentration.
3. Okay, so now you're going to attempt to put them in. You crumple this.
Oh wait, I thought you were doing that as a joke. You actually crumple it?
No, you're supposed to.
But
this is not a tutorial, so
I thought you were just being goofy.
don't pay attention to me. We're gonna pop the biggest one in the middle.
Is a fart noise needed? Does that make him taste
Yes.
better? Even though it's not a tutorial, you have to make the fart noise.
Fart noise every time you put it down.
Here, children.
Another fart. That one's the biggest one. It should go in the middle.
Honestly, though, look how good these are.
Okay, we need to scoot them over a little bit. I'm switching this one because it's bigger. Then one left. That one has a lot of cornstarch. And then I don't really know where to put these when I put them in there, so I kind of just, there's really nowhere to put them because they rise so much. Should I just stick that one right there? Okay, there we go. Now they're gonna rise in the oven for an hour. Look at this mess. I had to put a sweatshirt on because it is. What? You can't get out, bud. You can't. Sorry. No. Look what they do. They destroy the door. I'm sorry, bud. No. I had to put a sweatshirt on because we have all the windows open, like open, and the door open in our house. And it's, because it's very sunny, but it's been winter, so we're trying to air out the house. But it's like 52 degrees, and our heat, it's like our house is on 63. It's 63 right now in our house. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wear a sweatshirt and some sweatpants while we clean up the kitchen, while the cinnamon rolls are in the oven. And we're gonna start finally on our new Lego set. So we are building the deco trees. Let me show you all. Let me move Bunk out of the way. I'm sorry, Bunk. He can't get out. Oh no. No. So we are gonna build these deco trees. One is Dusty's and one is mine. Dusty, which one are you doing?
I'm doing the Ocarina of Time one. Final answer.
Okay, so Dusty's doing this one. And
We have had.
that's Ocarina of Time. This is the 2-in-1 Lego set or whatever.
We've had extensive conversation about who will be doing which one.
And this is the Breath of the Wild one. The only reason I really want to do the Breath of the Wild one is because the pink trees. Dusty wants to do the Breath of the Wild one because it was his first Zelda game. Ocarina of Time was my first Zelda game.
See the conundrum?
So it is a conundrum.
Conundrum is resolved.
But Dusty has decided to do the Ocarina of Time, which is cool because it does have Link's little treehouse hut thing right here. The Breath of the Wild one has to. We get to start them today. We're gonna do some Lego while cinnamon rolls are still rising. This is my box. Okay. The bags are in order from 1 to 23 with some random pieces right there. And I don't know how many books are in this. I don't understand. Let's see. Okay, so I don't know. I guess we'll figure that out as we go. But here they are. And I start putting them in the box from here. That way they're in order, at least close enough to where it's easier to find.
That's two swords.
Get to build Link first. This is so cool. I don't know if you can see it. Look.
So cool.
I have finished bag number 1, and I think we found out who is faster at building Lego.
You. By far. You'll have a long one.
Still on bag number 1.
I'm also think I did this backwards. So that's where we're at.
And I have completed the bottom base of the hut that Link stays in and Ocarina of Time. How cute. And the Link minifig. Let me show you this way, it's easier. Look how adorable that is. And I'm guessing it's going to attach somewhere, I guess, maybe. Maybe not. I don't see the hole. Okay, don't mess with your Lego like that.
How did you do that?
I don't know. I was just holding it. It's back. It's back. Everything is fine. Everything is normal. It's done. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna start with a bag 2. The cinnamon rolls have 19 minutes left.
I'm absolutely on fire over here.
We built a little box that is going in the house, and it has the Hylian shield, a hook shot. The compass is down in there. It has a bomb, which is right there. It has a red potion and a magic jar, all down in there. So, and that goes in the little tree house back here, which is really cool. Let's see how it fits. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to put it down in here like that. That's not very convenient. Well, mess that up. No, actually, oh my gosh, you don't have to put it in there like that. You can just, don't do what I did. I love all the detail that Lego has, like putting a little box in there full of stuff. That's so cool. Oh no, how do I hold this? Gotta move it this way. And then we built Old Link. Old Link. Older Link.
My Link is aggressively playing the ocarina. He's playing the Screamo ocarina.
Compared to mine. Just has like a normal straight face. He's Mad Link. Dusty's is Screamo Link. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. The cinnamon rolls are done. And I made the icing and I'm getting ready to put them on there and then we can eat them. Dusty is still on his second bag of Legos and I have been done for like 15 minutes. So.
You enjoy my treachery.
So excited to eat these. Oh my gosh. And this icing.
You just need to start a food channel.
Should I start a food channel?
You should start a food channel.
Like, just make food all the time. I make food anyway. I have to eat. Why not? Just make a food channel.
Here's what's going to say. Writing off groceries.
I don't know if... well, I would guess you would... I don't know.
Right?
If anybody's a tax...
aficionado.
tax agent. What's the word? A tax.
CPA.
A CPA.
Accountant.
Let me know. Oh no, I dropped some. No! Look at that. Let me have a cup of milk.
I think that's correctly.
In my Fields of Mystery cup. And Dusty's is in his Zelda cup. I got the middle piece. I get the... This is a huge bite.
That was delicious.
You know what this tastes like? A warm hug.
Oh, I agree with that.
This is the best cinnamon roll recipe I've ever had.
You should have more often.
Oh my gosh. I need these like every day of my life. I
I could probably eat one of these.
I would gain so much weight. I'll put the link for the recipe in the description. These are gluten-free, but I'm pretty sure she has like other recipes that aren't gluten-free.
We're going to put the Zelda for the recipe.
But if, huh?
We're going to put the Zelda for the recipe.
What are you talking about?
We'll put the link for it.
Shut up. I finished the Lego, and I think that, well, not finished. Whoa, not finished completely. Just like finished the 2 bags that we were doing today. So here is Dusty's, and the only difference is his Link has a different face. It's like Screamo Link, and then that one has a different face, and then mine has like a smiley face on this one and just a straight face on this one. But this is what 2 bags of that looks like. I guess we're both building the hut, but we're done with those today because I still have to do the paper poppers for like an Instagram reel, because I'm trying to do every recipe in the Sturdy Valley cookbook for Instagram, and I haven't got to do any winter ones, so we're starting on the winter ones, which is paper poppers. And that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to do that, and then I think after I do the paper poppers, I'm not going to record any of that for the vlog, but after I do those, I'll show them to you, and then we will go do some book reviews for all the books that I read in January. I've already read some books in February, but I'm not going to talk about those yet. I'm going to wait until the end of February to talk about my February books, but we will do book reviews for January, and then I'm going to show you all what I have been crocheting. I'm addicted to crochet right now. It's like all I want to do, so I'm going to be crocheting during the Super Bowl. Paper poppers are done from the Sturdy Valley cookbook, and I would say 10 out of 10. Wouldn't you say 10 out of 10?
Oh, 10 out of 10 for sure.
10 out of 10? Mm-hmm. No, but they were really good. They had cornflakes on top, and I think that really added something that they needed. Okay, so it is time for the book reviews of January. I only have 2 physical books because the other books I actually got from the library. So I'm just going to have my phone and show a picture of them because I did take a picture of them when I finished them. So I'll just show a picture of them when I'm talking about them. I'm going to try to go in order, and I did take photos of them in the order that I read them. So we are going to start with the first one. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about that I read in January was Emily Henry Beach Read. I did get the special edition of this one. Look how pretty this is. You open it and it's like a beach scene. So like it continues around the edges and it just has like this really pretty yellow cover that's different from the normal book. It has a quote from the book right there, and then it says, I think it says, yeah, written by Emily Henry on the side. Very, very pretty. I saw it and I was like, I have to get this. I should have Googled some stuff about it before I got it, because just like the other Emily Henry book I read, this one also has spy scenes. I feel like the characters in this one, the spy scenes make it feel more like hormonal teenagers instead of like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just the spy scenes are so hormonal teenagery and they kind of annoy me. They really annoy me. Other than that, I really like this book. I think I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. Basically, it's about this girl who has to move to her father's beach house because she is broke because she hasn't wrote a book and she needs to write a book. So she's broke and she moves in beside of another author who is her rival author, and they end up enemies to lovers. I loved reading through January and Gus's story, honestly. I really did. I liked getting to see them finally understand each other through a series of bets of all things. That was interesting to read. I also did want to warn you, there is talk about trauma, cults, death, and cancer in this book. It's not like the main focus, I don't guess, but that is in this book a lot. It is mentioned a lot. So just a trigger warning for that. But overall, I give it a 3 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it, and other than the spy scenes, which I hate, I would love to continue reading Emily Henry's books. So this is the second one that I've read of hers, and I may continue to read them. I don't know. I still haven't decided yet. So on to the next one. Okay, so the next book that I read was Rom-Commers by Catherine Sinner. The Rom-Commers by Catherine Sinner. I give it a 3 out of 5 stars. Good thing. There is no spice in rom-commers at all. There is just, a few kisses here and there. And I think I've read online, I've Googled about Catherine Sinner before, and I think everyone says that she doesn't include like spice in her books. It's more just like fade to black scenes, maybe, I think. But in this one, it was all good. There was no spice at all. At first, I wasn't really interested in the rom-commers. I don't know why. I just couldn't. I don't know. This one was also kind of similar to the beach read, actually. It was about a girl who does script writing, maybe? I don't know. She does some sort of writing. I can't remember exactly what sort of writing. She was doing writing for a movie in this book, so I think script writing or whatever that would be called. Anyway, her best friend from high school calls her, and he is her agent, and he gets her this really, really amazing job, and she has to move out to California. This one also has some talk about death, talk about cancer as well, so a warning for that one. Overall, I didn't really get into the book until about 3/4 of the way in, and I think maybe that was because I read Beach Read right before I read the rom-commers, and for some reason in my brain, I don't know if I just needed something other than romance, like straight up romance. The stories felt very similar to me, so maybe that's why I wasn't interested until like 3/4 of the way in. But the last quarter of the book was so good, like I could not stop reading it, and then the last 2 pages I was crying. I did like the book overall. I may have to read another Catherine Sinner book to see if I like her writing, because unlike Emily Henry's, I really love her writing style. She just writes so poetically. Catherine Sinner, I'm definitely going to have to see if I actually like her writing, because I feel like maybe it was her writing that didn't keep me interested. I don't know if it was the first thing I said or if it's her writing that didn't keep me interested. 3 out of 5 stars for the rom-commers. I just realized I did not take or show you a picture of the rom-commers. I'm so sorry. So this is what that book looks like, if you can see that. And then next up we have the Splatoon manga, number 1. If you can see that, I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I really don't have many words to say over it. I got it out of the kids section at the library and I was like, I wonder why it's in the kids section. I know why. It is definitely a kids manga. Also, I was expecting Splatoon lore when I read this manga. I don't know why. I was expecting more of like a lore type of explaining in the book, but instead the book is literally just turf war the entire time, and playing turf war, playing Splatoon is so much fun. But reading about them playing turf war is not fun. I don't know, maybe it is. I feel bad saying that it's not fun. It just wasn't my thing. It was not for me, but for some weird sick thing in my brain, I want to finish reading them just so I can say I finished reading them all. I think there's like 8. So watch me finish reading them this year just because they have them all at my library and I might as well. But reading about turf war just was not for me. 2 out of 5 stars. The next one I read was also a manga. It was Final Fantasy Lost Stranger. So this is what this one looks like. So this one is about an employee who works at Square Enix who is involved in an accident with his sister, and they wake up in a Final Fantasy world, but they quickly realize that it's not the same Final Fantasy world that he thought he knew everything about because he worked at Square Enix. This one was really, really good. Like, if you like Final Fantasy at all, I highly recommend reading this one. This one surprised me, like, a lot. I thought it was going to be good because I'm a Final Fantasy fan, but it really just, like, the whole time I was captivated. I was like, I'm interested in what's going to happen next. It kept me on my toes. Everything was super interesting. I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. They also have all of these at my library, so I'm going to definitely read all of these. The series does feel like it's going to have some darker themes. So there was a very intense death scene in this one, and there's also blood, gore, stuff like that because they're fighting enemies and all that. This was number 1 of a series of 12, I think is how many they have. But if you don't have a lot of time to read and you do want to just sit down and read something quickly, this is a good choice if you like Final Fantasy. So the next one is a novel love story. I think this is by Ashley Poston. This one I gave 2 out of 5 stars. And it may have been a little harsh to give it 2 out of 5 stars. I may change my mind on that and give it 3 out of 5 stars. But I don't know. This one didn't do it for me. This one was weird. So the main character in this one ends up in the town of her favorite book. She gets to meet all the characters, see all the places in her favorite book, do all of those kind of things. And you would think that going to your favorite book world and getting to live it out, that would be the coolest idea for a book. A novel love story. That sounds so cool. And it was. But at the same time, it just felt odd to me. Like, the entire plot just didn't do it for me. I don't know. It didn't make sense. I don't know how to explain why it didn't make sense. None of it made sense. I explained it all to Dusty and he was like, that sounds pretty cool. And I'm like, no. You don't understand. I feel like you have to read the book to understand how weird she wrote it. Without spoiling anything, the romance interest and the story behind the romance interest weirded me out. So no, maybe I do give it a 2 out of 5 stars because the romance interest and the story just, I don't know. It wasn't for me. Really cool concept. It just didn't deliver for me. So 2 out of 5 stars for a novel love story. And then the last book, this is not an actual book. It's a devotional, but I'm still counting it. So this is How to Put Love First 90-Day Challenge by Sadie and Christian Huff. I made it my goal to read 3 normal books, I think, and then 1 book that wasn't. I just said normal books. I made it my goal to read 3 fiction books and 1 nonfiction each month. Last month I did not technically finish a nonfiction, but I did finish this one, so I'm counting this. This is nonfiction. I'm counting this as finishing a nonfiction book. This one was, of course, 5 out of 5 stars. If you know me at all, you know I love Sadie Robertson Huff. I love all of her books. All of her books are going to be immediate 5 stars for me. I just think she writes so good, and her devotionals are they're not simple, but they're very relatable. And she is also a similar age to me. I think she's like 2 years younger than I am, maybe, or maybe she is my age. It just makes it really relatable that she's close to my age and she's writing about you know, this one's about how to put love first, and it's how to put love first in your relationships with God, of course, and then how to put love first in your relationships with friends and family, and then how to put love first in your relationships with your community, so people out that are further than your circle. It splits between her and Christian's point of view, and then it also has 3 different parts in the book that is written by a therapist. Let's see if I have him on here. I don't know the name of him, but overall it has challenges at the end of every day, and it was just a joy getting to read through this and having new ideas on how to love people and how to put love first. So if you are looking for a new devotional, I highly recommend this one. It's 90 days, and I really enjoyed it. It did take me longer than 90 days to finish it because sometimes I would forget and just like go straight up a week without doing it. But it was super simple and very helpful if you're trying to just grow in love. And that is my book review for January. So far in February, it's February 9th, and I have 2 books read, and I have one coming in a few days that I'm going to finish in probably like 2 days. So I think in February I might get over my goal books of 4 books total. I will finish Atomic Habits also in February, and I'm currently reading the Emily Wilde series. So those are what I'm going to be reviewing at the end of February, and I'm so excited. The cats have been with me this entire book review. Tata, Bunk, Doc, and Onyx in the hole. We have the windows open for them because it's been pretty nice outside, so. Hey, Bunk Bunk. Hey, Titus. Good boy. Good boy. It is halftime, and I have officially crocheted 1 tulip flower, and I'm going to try to crochet 1 more. You think I can do it? Crochet 1 more tulip flower before the game is over?
I believe you can do it.
Little tulip. And then I'll show you the other things I've crocheted. Actually, can you reach me these? The 2 things I've crocheted so far, total. I started crochet 2 weeks ago, I think. 2 weeks ago, something like that. And I said I was gonna start in so I started late January because I said in my vlog that I was gonna start in January and start crocheting and practice it. After I said that, I was like, why did I say that? I'm too scared to start. But I actually finally started, and I think the first thing I crocheted was like a little yellow circle, and then this is the second thing I crocheted, which is a teddy bear coaster for drinks that you can put your drinks on. Let me show you. Fits perfectly. And then I crocheted a daisy bookmark, and this was before I had green, so I couldn't do like the little leaf green. I just had to do it white. So I did a little daisy bookmark. It goes in your books. Did that one, and then I did some lavender, which I'm going to put stems on. So the lavender just looks like this, and I'm going to put it on stems and make it into a little bouquet with the tulips that I'm making. So that was the order of what I have made stuff in. The lavender and then the tulip, and then I'm going to try 1 more flower for the bouquet. I think it's the tutorial is just like puffy flower or something, and I'm going to make that in purple. Yeah, this will eventually end up being a bouquet, but that is how much I have crocheted so far, and I have learned a lot in the 2 weeks that I've been doing it. I feel like I've got a lot faster too. I feel like at first I couldn't even like go through one like single crochet without hooking something that I wasn't supposed to hook, or not getting it through all the way, or not being able to yarn over correctly. But I'm learning, and it's a very hard to learn, but I feel like I'm catching up. If you want to learn crochet, all you need to do is get on YouTube and get on those beginner videos, and they're very, very helpful. I actually have one person specifically that was so incredibly helpful. I don't know the name exactly, but I will pop it up here or put it in the description below. That way, if you do want to learn crochet, go to her page because she is the best at explaining. She explains it perfectly to a T. I am just waking up. Whatever I said I was going to do last night, I failed miserably because I fell asleep. The Super Bowl was on and it was so boring. Like, there was nothing happening. The Eagles won, and I wanted the Chiefs to win because I'm a Cowboys fan and I can't legally cheer for the Eagles. But I was supposed to do more crochet and my brain just like turned off. I did not want to move. I did not want to do anything. I was just like drained after I did that last part of the vlog. And now I'm like, do I end it here? Or do I continue on another day? What do I do? I even fell asleep with makeup on. Like, I still have all of my makeup on. I need to go wash my face. I fell asleep on the couch and then I woke up, drowsily walked in here to the bed and fell asleep. So there's that. I did want to mention that we are doing the book club this month, and the book club is for the third book of the Emily Wilde series. So if you have read the first two books of the Emily Wilde series, or even if you haven't, if you want to read those and then read the third book, we're reading the third book in the book club this month. And the book club is over in Discord. So I think there's a link to the Discord in my description. So if you want to join that book club, and we read some, we talk about it, we read some, we talk about it. It's just like every other book club, but just on Discord. So if you want to join that, click the link to the Discord in the description below. I might actually end it here because I don't even know what work I have to do today, and it's probably just going to be all work and then the gym this evening and nothing else. So I'm sure you guys don't want to watch that. Thank you all for watching. I'm so sleepy still that I don't even really remember what I recorded yesterday other than a book review. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog, and I will see you in the next one.